Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Sports Report is on the air. My friend Gary Patterson and I are here to let you know what's going on in sports.
Okay.
Once
we'll
we figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, I have a few notes in no order whatsoever.
Okay.
But here I go.
We'll take them at random.
Tom Heller and Todd Walker were an outstanding pair on the Red Sox broadcasts while Obi was off doing football.
Yeah,
And
they did okay.
I thought they did great.
Yeah.
And if I could find it real quick, Alex Faust and Todd Walker I thought were great. Todd Walker is sharp.
Yeah.
Very
he knows
incisive.
to know what he's talking about.
Yeah. And both of those guys, Faust and Heller, were very smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the kid that, Mike Monaco, that does the Providence, the Pawtucket Red Sox games.
Yeah.
He was on with Remy. No, he's on with Eckersley. I forget. But he was very good, too.
Huh.
It points up that Obi is doesn't bring much
No.
to the broadcast. He's got a good set of pipes, and that's the whole
Yeah,
story.
his reputation is bigger than his performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. One thing that really griped me, not this week, but last week, when Fouts and Iron Eagle were doing the game.
Fouts is terrible.
Fouts is awful.
He doesn't even know the rules.
No. And he's cheerleading from the TV crew. Remember, one of the plays, and he says to the other coach, not to Belichick, now he's on TV. He says, "Get the red flag out of your pocket, coach, and throw it. It's a blatant pick foul. This isn't right."
Yeah.
Now, you know damn right well that the spies in the sky are listening to him, and the coach heard that 2 seconds later,
Yeah.
and the flag comes flying out. What the heck business has he got saying something like that?
Well, he can say it, but, it was a bad challenge. I mean, Buffalo could have won that game, should have won that game.
Not yesterday's game, the week before.
Oh, the week before.
Yeah.
Well,
and it was a pick play, and they called it.
Yeah.
But the point was, it's not up to him to tell their coaching staff to tell the coach to throw the red flag.
agreed.
I don't have any problem with him saying, that's a blatant pick.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's reporting. But to say, get the flag out of your pocket, coach, and throw it. It's a blatant pick.
Yeah.
That's not his role.
Going over the line, yeah.
I don't like him. Man. Turf toe. You and I had quite a conversation about what that was.
Yeah.
Basically, your big toe, it's this joint right here that's either dislocated or it's strained or something, and it's from pushing off on the turf.
Okay.
Mostly linemen get it.
Yeah. One of their receivers got it during the game there. What's his name? In the Buffalo game. Somebody got it.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm mixing games up.
No? Somebody did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say it's very painful and very debilitating.
Yeah.
So, and I imagine it would be.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially walking or something like that.
Especially the big toe.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Rich Gannon is all right as a play-by-play announcer.
It's okay. Yeah. I don't mind him.
No.
He's no Tony Romo, but
No, you really like Tony
I like
Romo.
Romo. I think Romo's really good.
Boomer Esiason and Tom Brady.
And the other guy, if I may interrupt, that has surprised me at how good he is Booger McFarland. I think Booger's pretty good.
We should get a 25% off our Comcast bill for having to listen to Booger McFarland.
I actually think he's pretty good. I didn't like him at the beginning, but I've really warmed up to the guy.
Can't stand listening to him.
Yeah, but he's on it though. He knows the game.
I don't know. Boomer Esiason and Tom Brady. Refs are ruining the game. It is getting unwatchable.
Well, there's been a lot of penalties. Now,
Yeah, and a lot of challenges. Now, because I go to church, 5 o'clock Mass, over to Medfield, I'm very much aware what time the 1 o'clock game ends.
yeah, right.
And it's usually 4:05,
Yeah,
4:25 the other day.
yeah.
And what's the reason? These blowing the whistle,
Yeah.
and these conferences they have, and then going under the hood and trying to sort out the challenges. And then every time they do that, they break for an ad.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the important part
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
And there's no doubt that this business about, well, we got to crack down on offensive holding and the picks.
They changed that, though. They did change. After Brady complained, they talked to the refs, and the offensive holdings were way down the next week. So,
I'll tell you, that
but it disrupts the flow of the game so
does.
badly. And then
it does. And then, if they go under the hood and they get a decision, say in 20 seconds, they still got to wait a minute for the TV ad.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Now, sir,
Yes.
on August 20th, 1920, at a Hupmobile dealership in Canton, Ohio, a pro football league was formed, which was named the American Professional Football Association. This morphed into the NFL in 1922. Two teams currently in the NFL can trace their lineage back to the first season. Do you know who they are?
It would be a pure guess, but I would say the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns.
Wrong. The Chicago Cardinals, who are now the Arizona Cardinals, and the Dakota Staleys, who changed to the Chicago Bears.
Wow.
So
They were in the Dakotas?
Decatur, Illinois.
Decatur.
Yeah,
Illinois.
Decatur, Illinois. Now, all these teams started, they were right in the Midwest,
Yeah.
because they could play football on Sunday, where both coasts, there was no football
No
on
football on
Sundays.
Sunday? Really?
They were on Saturdays only.
Huh.
So that's why the NFL started in the middle of the country.
Huh. I did not know that. That's interesting.
Now, a third NFL current franchise joined in 1921,
I'm going to say it's the Redskins.
the Green Bay
The
Packers.
Green Bay Packers.
Now, as for your bad guesses, I can answer the Cleveland Browns. They didn't come in until 1946.
46 after,
Yep.
after the war.
There was another American Association, and they played in the American Association.
Oh.
So in 1933, the league finally formed up into 10 teams, 5 in each division,
Okay.
and became what we now know as the NFL. In the East, the Philadelphia Eagles, Brooklyn Dodgers, New York Giants, Boston Redskins.
Yes.
That's where the
Right.
Washington Redskins came from.
Right. I remember. I did know
And
that.
the Pittsburgh Pirates. A lot of the cities took the easy way out and took the baseballs.
Yeah. How
nickname.
about that, huh?
In the West, Chicago Bears, the Portsmouth Spartans,
Huh.
the Chicago Cardinals, Green Bay Packers, and the Cincinnati Reds. I got to do some research to find out where Portsmouth went.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's it.
And Cincinnati, right? Right. So.
Yeah, in Cincinnati, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I thought that was real interesting. There is a book out, The League, and it just deals with the beginning of the league.
Oh,
it's very
that
well,
would probably be
critically
a
acclaimed.
very interesting
Yeah, I'm going to
read.
get it.
Yeah.
And I'll share it with you.
Thank you.
Now, I have some questions for you. The first two I'm gonna hold on to. Who will be the leading scorer on the Boston Celtics?
I'd say Kemba.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Tatum probably not too far behind.
I would guess not too far behind is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll buy that. Will they win their division without an NBA center?
Well, they have an NBA center on offense. They don't have one on defense, and that's the biggest concern I have for the Celtics is how are they going to defend in the paint?
Yeah, the big guy.
Because they don't have it. I mean, Cantor is not a strong defender.
Nope.
Tatum's not a strong defender.
Nope.
So is Aaron Baines gone? Right? Is he
Gone.
He's gone. He was probably their best paint presence, and he wasn't quick, but he would flatten you if you came in there.
And the other big guy is there.
They got rid of Yabusele.
Yep.
Right. So that's my biggest concern. I think they're going to be fine offensively. I just don't know if they're going to be able to stop people defensively.
Yeah.
I think Gordon Hayward was a really good defensive player in Utah. I'm not so sure he's a good defensive player anymore.
Well, there's quite an article on Gordon in, I think it might have been on the internet, but it was by a basketball person. And it was I think it was for national publication. And he stayed in Boston the entire offseason and was in the gym from morning till night, lifting weights, and he has now pronounced himself 100% back to normal.
We'll see what happens.
He said, quote, "You're going to see the real Gordon Hayward."
Yeah, I think Kyrie was a negative influence on Hayward and Tatum, both. I think he
was a black cloud. I didn't mean that as a pun, but a black cloud over everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't a positive influence.
He was not a positive influence.
No.
And I think Kemba has a reputation for being a positive
influence.
and
being a very upfront and
helping the other players on the floor get their game.
Well, that's good.
So we'll see.
We'll see. Now, I'm going to, we might as well bail into one. No. What do you think about the California law that is going to allow them to pay college athletes?
Well, I don't know a lot about it. I just heard about it the other day.
Well,
I'm not opposed to the idea. The thing is, how many kids are really going to get deals?
Well, what they're going to be able to do is hire agents and make money from endorsement deals with sneaker companies, soft drink makers, car dealerships, and other sponsors, just like pros.
Right. So maybe in a college town, not a Boston, not a New York, but maybe in some of these Midwestern college towns, maybe there are kids who can get a car dealership.
Around here, college basketball is not king.
Right.
It's nothing.
Not even close.
However, in Kansas, and in Oklahoma,
North Carolina,
it is the only act in town.
It is
and it is big business.
Yeah. So those kids might get some. I
It's,
kind of like the idea of maybe, if you have one or two players that can do that, maybe having some kind of sharing arrangement where the other players get a little bit. I mean, the whole idea is that get some money in their pocket and avoid corruption, right? Avoid the people slipping them envelopes full of cash. I don't know if this will really do that.
I don't think it will.
I don't think it will either.
When there's $10,000 in that envelope in cash, what's a few $100 from a sneaker guy?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And all you got to do is miss a few shots.
Yeah.
Hell, I can do that. Well, all right. What's under here? Hockey. Let's deal with hockey.
Let's deal with hockey.
And then we'll back our way into the big stuff. So, the Bruins open up.
They're about ready, yeah.
Tomorrow night. So, on that note, The Bruins finished up last year with 107 points. Toronto finished up with 100, and Tampa Bay blew everybody away with 128 points.
Yeah.
Now, those are the top three teams that are being picked at the top. Pick your order.
Mm-hmm.
What was interesting to me is almost everything I've seen on the internet, including Las Vegas, says Tampa Bay,
Yeah.
Toronto, then the Bruins. Now, the odds, the Eastern Conference winner.
Okay.
Tampa Bay, you get a bet 100, you get 325.
Okay.
Toronto, bet 100, you get 400 if they win. The Bruins, bet 100, you get 500 if they win. So it's pretty clearly delineated.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, Toronto, and the Bruins. In the Stanley Cup, it's fairly generous. Bet 100, and you win $750 if Tampa Bay wins.
Really?
Yeah,
I kind of like that bet.
I do too. Toronto, 900.
Huh.
Now, this one I don't think makes sense. Vegas, the Golden Knights,
Yeah.
1,000. Then the Bruins, 1,100.
Yeah, a lot of people like Vegas, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
And then
When I've been reading.
the next choice is Colorado at 1,300. And finally, the Stanley Cup champion, St. Louis Blues, are at 1,500. So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the sixth choice. Florida is next at 1,700.
I don't see that.
Yeah. Now, they've signed a couple of guys. And
Yeah.
They're building. But, yeah.
Hey, you need the two H's going into the playoffs: healthy and hot.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And G, goaltending.
And goaltending. Yeah.
So, if you want to get $20,000, you can bet on Ottawa.
Yeah. Or if you want to just give your $100 away.
And then, Anaheim will get you 8,000. The LA Kings will get you 8,000, and the Detroit Red Wings will get you 8,000.
Huh.
I'll tell you, I like the Toronto Maple Leafs at $900 to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good bet.
I mean, honestly, I look at that and say, okay, why don't you just put 100 down on
The top three?
Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah, the top three.
Yeah, Tampa, Toronto, or Vegas Gold.
And if any of them win,
Yeah.
you're making money.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so what are you choosing? I'm going to nail you here. Tampa Bay, Toronto, or the Bruins?
Tampa Bay.
All right. Yeah, me too. Bill and Gary. Although, no, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you them. I'm going to take Toronto. That was my choice going in.
Yeah, they got a shot.
Toronto hasn't done themselves any harm at all.
Yeah. They improved their defense a little bit. Yeah,
A little.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they get forwards. Boy,
They got forwards.
Now, inside here, someplace, I got something more on hockey, but I think I've lost it.
We'll see what happens. I was really happy that obviously that they were able to sign Charlie and Carlo. I thought the contracts seemed very reasonable.
You know, they did, but they're both going to get big paychecks once this is over.
Yeah, so we got 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
But that's our window anyway. I mean, we don't have a window of more than 2 years between Chara, Krejci, Bergeron. I mean, you've probably got 2 years left with those guys. You may only have one left with Chara, but the season hasn't even started, and Krejci's wearing the red the red jersey in practice. So
well, what bothers me about the Bruins, and what really bothers me, is I wrote up a piece about this, and some reason or another it hasn't gotten in here where it belongs.
And that's why I'm a little surprised. I think they recognize that they've got that window.
Yeah. Well,
and I think that's why they haven't done anything with Krug. I mean,
they have, but the real problem here is Bergeron is 34.
Yeah.
Krejci is 33. Both of them have been hurt.
Right.
You've got Zdeno Chara is 42.
Yeah.
Brad Marchand is 31. And of course David Backes is 100. But I mean, and the other one, Tuukka Rask is 32. Now, the goalies, I think, are the strength of the Bruins.
Yeah.
Tuukka Rask and Yaroslav Halak.
Yeah.
And I think the defense is as good as any defense in the league.
It's deep.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty deep.
Yeah. Chara, Charlie McAvoy, Brandon Carlo, Krug, Grzelcyk, Connor Clifton, and Stephen Kampfer.
Yeah.
Boy, there's nothing wrong with that
bunch.
Group.
That's a good group.
Stephen Moore is
around.
A couple of months away. He's hurt.
Yeah.
And the Miller that we still have his kneecap hasn't healed.
Right. So they're
properly.
both going to start on the injured list, which helps with their cap. Mm-hmm. Right. They get to use that money.
Yep. But the problem with the Bruins that I see is I love Jake DeBrusk. It's going to be a breakout year for him. I can see him leading the team in goals.
I mean,
he's
35.
got 35, 38.
Think he'll have more than Pasta?
Yeah.
Huh.
He's got the wheels.
He does.
He
does have the wheels. There's no question.
And he goes straight for the net.
Yeah.
And you got to love that. But, after that, Charlie Coyle could be quite a good hockey player. Mm-hmm. But he's got 8 years in the league. Well, he's 27 years old.
Yeah.
Is all of a sudden he going to blossom? Well,
he sure did in the playoffs.
He did. You're absolutely
he
right.
He came up big in the playoffs.
I want to see how he plays in December and January.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't much during the regular season, if you recall.
Exactly
He
right.
only had
That's
a couple
why we
roles.
got him. Yeah.
But then the playoffs came, and he
bingo.
was an impact player.
Yeah. He was like a hound dog that smelled a hot dog on the floor.
Yeah.
But the rest, and Pasta. Now, Pasta is a very opportunistic goal scorer. He's a sniper.
He is a sniper.
Yeah, not a hell of a lot more, but he's a sniper.
I worry about him staying healthy, but
I do too.
Because if I was the other team, I'd be running at him every game.
And I'll tell you what, if I were the Bruins, I'd say, Pasta, my boy, going to get you some extra ice time. You're going to be a penalty killer. Because the other team's going to have to watch you like a hawk.
Yeah.
All right? And when we get the puck, I want you breaking out of that zone going, hey, pass to me.
Into open ice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I haven't shown any ideas about following my thoughts.
No, but, but they put Bergeron and Marchand out there. You've got, they can kill penalties, and you have offensive potential.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Pasta can actually kill penalties. I
don't think he can
score,
but he can score on breakaways.
But are you playing 5-on-3 the rest of the time? I don't know.
I know. But here's the problem. So you got Marchand, Bergeron, Krejci, Pasternak, DeBrusk, Charlie Coyle, maybe. But then you've got Danton Heinen, Joachim Nordstrom, Sean Corrali, Pale Lindholm, Brett Ritchie, Anders Bork, David Backes, Chris Wagner, and Carson Kuhlman.
Right.
I mean, there's too many guys there named Fred.
Right. But are there two of them that can score 15, 16, 17 goals?
Chris Wagner got 13 last year, and I thought was just right on the fourth line. Mm-hmm. Tough, and if he found the puck, he could score.
He could bury it.
Yeah. Now, Carson Kuhlman, to me, shows Well, he shows the possibility of becoming a hockey player. Mm-hmm. So let's see how he does. But watching David Backes out there and Brett Ritchie, I don't like Corrali. He works his butt off out there. But Heinen and Nordstrom,
Heinen,
that's the weakness there.
Heinen can skate, but he can't score.
He can't play hockey. He can skate.
He can skate.
Yep. But so I think the depth at the forwards is going to eventually kill him.
Right.
Now, they don't have any room under the cap to do anything.
Right. Unless you trade Krug.
That's right. Or unless they can find somebody to take Backes. Now,
you're going to have to take a contract back.
Either that or you're going to have to dangle a number one along with him.
Yeah.
It may be worth it.
It could be.
If you could get the $6 million to go away, you could get yourself a decent hockey player.
Yeah, but a second line wing, but top six forward.
I just don't think the defense and the goaltending is going to carry this team. But you need a couple more wings. You need a couple more skaters. And you really need Bergeron, Krejci to remain healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's asking for a lot.
That's a big ask.
Yeah. So I don't think the Bruins are going to get there this year.
I don't either.
I think Toronto is going to, them and Tampa Bay, I think going to dominate things in the East.
Yeah.
But I think the Bruins may be entertaining.
Oh, I think they will be entertaining.
I mean, I was looking at the Tampa Bay roster. God, a guy like Steven Stamkos, 45 goals, 53 assists, and he's a second-line center.
Yeah, I know it.
Behind Brandon Point, And Toronto's loaded like that, too,
Up front, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, they got to keep Austin Matthews out of the way of the police department.
Well,
if he did what they say, he's a very stupid young lad.
What did he do?
He got into some assault and belting somebody around at a brawl at some kind of a club or something.
Oh, boy. I missed that.
And I guess he gave the police a hard time, too. And he 3 days later, he apologized and said, I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Because, he was like a puppet. Toronto was pulling the strings.
Yeah, you bet they were.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I tell you what. Let me ask the key question about baseball, and then the rest of the time we're going to talk about football.
Okay.
Are you swallowing this malarkey about $208 million? Well, that's a guideline. It's not an imperative. It's not cast in concrete.
Oh, it's cast in concrete.
You better believe it is. And I'll tell you what, how Sam Kennedy can sit up there and say, it's a guideline,
It's no guideline.
No guideline at all.
But I would say that, in my view, and it may take you a year to adjust things because of Rusty Castillo and Dustin Pedroia. Between those two, you got $27 million next year. I think spending $207 million should be plenty.
I agree totally with you.
And
Alex Spear in today's Globe. You get the Globe, right?
I look at it online from time to time. Yeah.
Look at his article about getting to 208 is not going to be easy.
No, it's not. But
because the way he spells it out, his spin on it is it's going to take J.D. Martinez leaving and us not signing Mookie.
Right, trading Mookie.
Yeah. That's... so
I don't think there's any question.
Yeah.
There's not a heck of a lot nobody's taking Price.
Well,
nobody's
I tell
taking
you what.
Sale.
I would never suggest Alex Spear start sampling the Miller High Life before he writes his articles. But he had a pipe dream in there that someone would take David Price. Well, I got to tell you something. $32 million. Who in the name of every single live critter is going to take that deal?
If you were willing to pay $10 million a year of it, could you find a taker? Maybe.
Well, that brings it to $22 million. I don't know anybody that would pay $22 million. No, I think the other way around. I think you'd have to pay more like $22 million to get somebody to pay $10 million to take him. And at that point in time, you don't do it.
Right.
But you do get $10 million worth of relief. And do you really think he's going to be worth $10 million worth of pitching next year?
I mean, he might be.
Look what he handed in this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't pay him $10 million for his performance this year.
Well, I don't know. I think you're stuck with. First of all, you're stuck with him.
Well, we're stuck with him. No question.
You're stuck with Sale too.
Yeah.
And he's just beginning a 5-year, $150 million contract, and you can't count on the guy.
Do you know that sometimes I stumble in the dark, and somebody finally turns the light on for me. But Sam Kennedy turned the light on for me because he said he was sort of building himself up. Management has decided that the president and CEO, mainly me, will sit in on all discussions about player personnel, about signing them, about releasing them, about trading for them. I will be at the table for every one of those meetings.
So does that mean the new GM reports to him?
I don't think so. But that hasn't been decided yet.
No, it hasn't.
But, all right, now, here, I'll just click on the secret TV up there, and you can see Tom Werner and John Henry saying to Sam Kennedy, this is never going to happen again.
Right.
That GM is not going to have the say on all these movements. You're going to sit in on those discussions, and you're going to come back and tell us what's going on.
See, I think that's all irrelevant because I think they were involved before. Dombrowski didn't sign Chris Sale to a 5-year, $150 million extension in a vacuum. I don't believe it.
Well, if you believe that John Henry and Tom Werner are bull, that he signed Eovaldi, he gave Sale the extension.
And I'm saying they're approving every one of those moves. I don't believe that any general manager on this team is making a $150 million commitment without those guys.
They told him.
I don't believe it.
Supposedly, he said, I have nobody pulling the reins back on me. They're okay to do what I have to do. Now, he repeated that quite a few times. I think they told him that. And I think they regretted it the minute they said it. And I don't think they were man enough to go to him and say, wait a minute, hold everything. Psst, time out. That was a bad decision on our part. You bring all this stuff to us from now on.
Yeah.
Because they were supposedly outraged by the Sale deal.
I'd be shocked if that was the case.
All stranger things have happened. I mean, John Henry is so busy with the Liverpool Reds.
Yeah.
I swear he's not paying any attention to the Red Sox.
Could be.
Tom Warner's not a baseball guy.
No.
I mean, he's an entertainment guy. So I think they were trusting him, and I think Dombrowski sold him down the river.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot of bad deals.
Do you know what? We'll probably never know until somebody writes an insider book.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. All right, so what do you think the chances are that they will go under $208 million?
I don't think they're going to make it. I think it's going to take them 2 years to get there.
Okay.
I think they'll get down, maybe into the teens somewhere. Yeah, I found it from a marketing PR point of view surprising that in one breath they're talking about how they got to cut the payroll $30 million. And then in the next breath they say, but we'll raise the ticket prices.
Well, they're only going to raise the ticket prices 2.5%.
Yeah.
That's according to Sam Kennedy. Yeah. Well, I think they'll go into 208. And I think that J.D. Martinez and Mookie Betts, I think...
Probably both gone.
Do you know what? I think that J.D. Martinez is going to have a long talk with Boras. And Boras is going to say, they're going to gut the team. Do you want to play for a fourth place team?
Yeah.
And he's going to say, no.
So, but what's his market?
I know that. That's the thing.
What's his market?
The Yankees?
I mean, is he viable in the National League?
No.
So if he's not viable in the National League, now you've really cut it down.
Yep.
And now you're only talking about big spenders. So you're talking about the Yankees.
Chicago's got
Chicago,
the money,
White Sox,
but they are
maybe.
a screwed up mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Cleveland would be a great place for him, but they'll offer him 2 dimes and a nickel.
Yeah, I don't know if they got the room.
They don't. Oh, they don't have the money
to pay more than the Red Sox. I mean,
no, they wouldn't do that. But after
I think he's rolling the dice if he turns it down. What's it,
I do too.
23?
Yeah.
So he's saying, okay, you're going to get more than 23. You might.
Do you know who would fit in ideally? Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, but
they don't have anything.
Don't have that kind of money.
I mean, they draw 6,000 people. How are they going to pay them? I think
they need to get the heck out of there. I don't understand why they're still there.
And Alex Spear, you got to read this because Alex Spear spends a lot of time on if, ands, what. He's got 5 different scenarios, but one is sign and trade. JD.
Well, it's a possibility.
Get rid of that money.
Aren't there restrictions, though, on trading people that you sign who are free agents?
No, he's under contract. I think they're just going to
But if he opts out,
yeah,
he's a free agent.
That's right.
So I don't think you can trade a free agent for a while.
They re-sign him. I think you can. Well, I don't know. We'll see. But that's one of the things he suggests. And unfortunately, unless they gut the team, Mookie just won't fit in.
So, if he opts out and they give him a qualifying offer, so now you got a team that's not only got to sign him, they got to give up a first-round pick for him. I think that hurts.
I don't think they can give him a qualifying offer. I think he's got an opt-out of the contract. And this contract ceases to exist the minute he says the contract's over.
But you can give qualifying offers to free agents. I think they can give him a qualifying offer.
Well, there was no mention of that in Spears' column.
That's interesting. That's a question I would have for
him. Yeah. But
because also you attach giving up a first-round pick to signing him. These GMs are becoming very wary of losing those first-round picks.
35 home runs and 305 and 101 to 102 RBIs don't grow on trees.
No, they don't. But, do you want to go play in Toronto?
That's the other side of the coin.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
got to say to Boras,
Tampa Bay or Chicago.
Quality of life, quality of competition, quality of the team that has me under contract.
Right.
Those are important things to me. Not just the bucks. But then again, we don't know him. And he might say to Boras, it's the money, stupid.
Yeah, I got my ring.
Yep. Get me the money.
Right. Could be.
And if Boras says to him, stay in Boston if that's it.
Yeah, which he could.
He could.
Now, if he opts in, do you look to trade him?
Well, that's the point. Yeah. You look to trade him.
I think you certainly listen, right?
Boy, if someone says to me, you know what, we'll take him in a trade, and we'll give you 2 good prospects, but you have to pay, say, $8 million of the 23.
We can talk.
You know what?
Depends on the prospects.
That's right. Exactly.
I mean, I think the single biggest factor that hurts them in trying to get down to that 207 is the fact that they got nobody coming up. You get there by having young talent coming through. The Bogarts, the Benintendis, those guys.
I've got to believe.
And they don't really have any right now.
I got to believe Spear.
Especially on the pitching market.
Spear knows what's going on with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
He's got somebody's ear. Somebody is saying to him,
oh, sure.
Alex.
They're feeding him. Absolutely.
Why don't you float this in your column?
They're definitely feeding him.
Let's see what's going on. He's a house guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Peter Abraham is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Talking points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he dropped another one-liner that was interesting. The Red Sox have got to find a left-handed first baseman to platoon with Michael Chavis. So apparently they're making the decision that Michael Chavis is going to be the first baseman next year.
Okay.
You know what? He had 18 home runs in less than half a season. So if he gives you 25 or 27 and hits 260,
yeah,
he certainly can field the position.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see his stats, but I don't know why you think of him as a platoon player.
Well, they really have the analytics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if that's the case, really and truly, they want a left-handed hitting first baseman to platoon with them. Why don't they just look at their current roster and re-sign Moreland?
Yeah, maybe. It's an option.
Just
it's an option.
Give him a 2-year contract. He's got what? What are they paying him? 6.5?
6.5.
Yeah. Say to him 2 more years, 6.5 each year.
Oh, I think he'd take that.
Well, I think he'd grab it.
Yeah.
Because he loves being in Boston, number one.
Yeah.
And also a chance to play for a good team. And what's he going to get out there? 3.5?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe somebody will say, I'll give you $1 million salary and a bunch of incentives.
If it was me, I would tell him, 2 years, $7 million, 3.5 a year. If you don't like it, go out and find a better deal.
Yep.
And if he does, he does. I mean, Moreland to me is.
And you know what?
You can find those guys.
You give them enough incentives far away out there.
Yeah.
You give him enough incentives so he looks like he's not taking a pay cut. Because, feelings are important too.
Yeah.
All right. We've ignored the football for too long here.
Okay.
So, tell me something. I got 2 things here right away. There was a one-liner in a column that Jets fans missed drafting Dan Marino, but they drafted Ken O'Brien from California Davis. But it's fun to make, the point of this thing is, it's fun to make fun of the Jets. But the Patriots took Tony Eason over Marino, too.
Yeah. Well, Marino had, some injury concerns coming out in that draft.
Yep.
He'd been hurt his senior year.
The fickle fans. Boy, did the Patriots stink last Sunday. That was the cry of the miserable callers of talk radio. Who could have seen that coming? Was another refrain, and Josh McDaniels calling all the wrong plays was another. Yet, if they opened their eyes, someone got it right. Las Vegas.
Yeah.
6.5.
They were right on it.
Right on it. And they knew Buffalo was a very aggressive team on defense. The Patriots' offensive line is in flux.
Yep.
The receivers are thin. and the quarterback is 42 years old.
Yeah, the offensive line, I think, is huge.
Yep.
I mean, they got manhandled the other day.
They did. They miss Andrews as the center.
They miss Andrews, but Shaq Mason got abused a number of times.
I'm telling you.
So, I've heard talk to considering shifting Tooney to left tackle. Mm-hmm. I love Tooney. Do I think he can play left tackle? Probably not.
I know. The guy on left tackle isn't the problem, I don't think.
Yeah, he's been, I don't know.
But
there's been a lot of pressure
the
right
center
up the middle.
of the line, David
Right
Andrews is missed like hell.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
That was a huge loss.
Yeah. And I don't think it's going to get any better moving Tooney out of there.
No, I don't either. So, there's still a question about, the Redskins guy. He's still holding out.
Yeah, let's hope he continues to hold.
Still holding out, so...
the trade deadline is what, the end of October?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a little time, but...
Yeah. Ben Watson's coming back. Do you think that's going to make any difference?
Marginal.
You're absolutely right.
I think he'll help, but, he's 38 years old. He's probably going to play about 30 plays a game. He's not going to be out there 60 plays.
I don't think so. I don't think so either.
No way. He wasn't last year for
passing
for
situations, running situations, take him off the field.
I think he only played about 40% of the snaps last year.
Yeah. Mason Rudolph, is he pulling a Tom Brady?
We'll see.
Filling in for an injured quarterback?
I'll let you know after he plays somebody besides Cincinnati.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's got a great arm.
Yeah, Cincinnati's bad.
Oh
my gosh. They were terrible the other night.
But, this is not a good operation Roethlisberger had.
No.
This is a tough one. And, he's going to be on the sidelines. He may not be ready for the start of next year.
Yeah.
He
could be done.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you could say to him, now, look, Ben, let's be reasonable. Why don't you grab the clipboard and play out the rest of your contract. We'll pay you to kind of be the backup and the mentor here. Or if you find an opportunity, we'll trade you.
Yeah.
And we'll pocket the money, And I think I asked you this before the season started. Vontae's perfect.
Yeah.
I think I asked you to tell me how many games it would be before he was suspended.
What a cheap shot that was.
What an idiot.
What an idiot. But we knew that about him.
Yeah, we knew that about him. That's right.
So the Raiders, the Raiders in their infinite wisdom in the offseason, they picked up Perfect and AB.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why things are blowing up around them.
They go back to the rough, tough days of the Rebels, and we do things our way, and we like tough guys, and oh boy. No suspension for J.C. Jackson either on the hit on Allen. Looked bad until you saw it in ultra slow motion. It was...
Did they fine him?
No. Not that I heard, no.
I thought maybe a fine.
You know what? I can see them hitting him for a couple of grand.
You did get him in the head. You can't,
You can't deny that. But you can also say that Josh turned into him, too.
Yeah.
It was a football play, and it was one of those marginal things.
A couple of years ago, nobody would have said a word.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. How about the chokehold business with the Ravens and the Browns? Have you seen that?
No.
Well, it's almost appears that what the hell? Who was it? Humphrey choked Beckham, but also
I heard about it.
It also looks like he picked the jersey up and was pushing like this with his hands on the jersey. In any case, was not a football play.
Did they call him for hands to the face?
Oh, yeah. They got him. But the referee said Hockley, his kid.
Yeah.
It did not rise to the level of a disqualifying foul, but it was 15 minutes, 15 yards.
Okay.
But now, so you could say that doing this could possibly choke off somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't rise to an expulsion. But yet, this does.
Yeah. Right.
Explain that one to me.
Well, it's just unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah.
Right?
But they can put you out of the game for that.
Right. And I don't have a problem with that.
I don't either. But the other foul was much worse than this.
But it was a football play.
Yeah,
right?
I guess.
It's a tough game.
You're right.
Right?
And that's
played by tough guys. So I tend to be a little forgiving.
That's the bottom line. You're right.
You're in the National Football League. You're going to get hit. And odds are you're going to get hurt. So get paid when you can.
Yep.
Because if you can't play anymore, you're gone within 5 minutes.
They had a thing in here that the Vikings are paying Cousins $84 million in a 3-year deal that is fully guaranteed.
Wow.
Wow is all you can say. You just got to say, this is a great country, isn't it?
Unbelievable. He stinks.
What the hell are they going to do with him?
Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing.
They're going to end up cutting him.
That's right. And paying them.
Yeah.
$84 million. Wow. You know, if that were me, I would say, boy, I've retired. I'm not going to play any more football. Right. I'm not going to get racked up. $84 million is going to take care of me and my kids for as long as carefully invested. It'll last forever.
And he had the franchise tag the last couple of years, so he's made $50 million in the last 2 years.
Oh yeah. Expatriate coaches. Bill O'Brien, once again, had a terrible loss, 16-10 to the Panthers. Mike Vrabel pulled off a nice road win, 24-10 in Atlanta. And Brian Flores has now been outscored 81-0 in the second half of his games.
Poor guy.
Expatriate players. Dion Lewis, another frustrating week, rushed 4 times for 16 yards and caught 4 passes for 4 yards.
Wow.
He has 67 total yards on 22 touches this season.
Wow, that's shocking.
Isn't it? Danny Amendola missed Sunday's game with a chest injury. He has 11 catches for 141 yards. When this chest injury is over, the Patriots should trade for him.
I would say go get him.
Go get him.
Brady loves him.
Brady loves him and he trusts him.
Right.
And he catches touchdown passes.
Where is he? Is he in Miami?
Lions.
Oh, Lions.
Yeah. And, well, by the way, I mean, we know the coach up there.
Yeah. The Lions think they're still in it, though.
Yeah, I know it.
They're not.
Trey Flowers
two.
Had a solid game with 4 tackles, a quarterback hit, and a forced fumble. Trent Brown played 55 out of 67 snaps. However, he has 4 false starts this season. The Chicago Bears, if they, you know, bringing the second-string cornerback in may save their season.
It may. He looks like he's better than Trubisky.
He certainly can throw the ball better.
Yeah.
I don't think he can probably run as well as Trubisky, but he certainly can throw the ball better.
Yeah, they moved up to the 2nd spot in the draft, too, to get him.
Yeah, I
passing
know
on Mahomes.
Yeah.
That will haunt them for the next 15 years.
Ever. And what else? what else have we got here? Oh, I'm not going to start that. So anyway, the Patriots. Now, we forgot to make our choices.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it after hours.
Okay.
So the Patriots, I don't see any improvement in sight for the offensive line. We still need another receiver. N'Keal Harry, is that too big a load to place on a rookie that's never caught a pass?
I don't know. It would seem like it.
Yeah.
Because Brady likes veterans.
Yep. So it seems to me that therein lies the tale. And you know, Brady gets written up in the Globe as being very jittery in the pocket. Unloaded the ball quickly.
He was under a lot of pressure the other day.
He's 42 years old.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get hit.
He can't get hit the whole game.
And I'm with him. Just dump it and don't get hit.
Yeah. In fact, I don't understand why he has to go under center. He should be in the shotgun for the whole game.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. Because when he goes up under center, the other team knows there's a damn good chance he's going to pass it off as a run. He doesn't really use the shotgun to run as much as he does going under center. I don't know, but they gotta buy this week. Washington is hopeless.
So if things settle down, is there any way? If things settle down, which is unlikely, is there any way you're willing to bring AB back after Game 12 for $1 million? Because he has no job.
No.
And he wants to highlight himself.
No, and I think that would probably cause an outrage among
it would
some segment of their supporters.
It would.
You know.
But
by the same token,
which will go quiet very quickly if you win the Super Bowl.
That's exactly right. I would rather trade a number 1 draft choice for a real quality receiver.
Yeah, if you can do that.
If
people are talking about Diggs, Thielen, the Vikings, I mean, sure. I'd trade a number 1 for one of those guys too.
Yep.
If you can.
If you can. And if you can do that, I think that would be a price well worth paying. Yeah. Well, I think that we'll have more on the Patriots next time because we're going to be 2 more games further in.
Yeah.
So fans, stay tuned. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. By then, I think the Red Sox will have calmed down.
Think they'll have a general manager?
No.
No, I don't
I think this is going to be a long time. And we'll have the Bruins, and they will have to deal with the Celtics.
Yeah.
All right. With that, have a nice beginning of fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.